This is Scout Me Online. You're one of our users who uses the app Scout Me Online because the London Tigers under 21 committed to using stats analysis service. So Leo was your coach, and obviously Leo's your coach. He doesn't have time to sit down with you to do one-to-one or do performance feedback with everybody. How have you found the post-match analysis on the app?
I think it's very useful because I could see what I've done good, in terms of what I've achieved and what was successful in games and what I could improve in my next game. So I mean, I've got the app on my phone, so I've downloaded it. So I've downloaded the Scout Me Online app. It's really useful because I could see all my stats. So for example, if I show you my attacking, so you can see the team stats as well as individual stats, which is really useful for me because I can improve my game. So the good thing about this is it's just not stats, it's also the replays that it gives you. So for example, I still remember an assist I had done. It was against Witten Wanderers. It was a header, and when I checked my stats, so after the game I checked the replay, and it's in my head now, drilled in my head that game I done that assist to that person.
Can you show us?
Yeah, sure. So you select the game. So you select the game that you can select all the games that you done the assist. So I still remember what team it was against, and then you just select your name through here. So Zahid, and then all you do is just give me a second.
So you have to deselect all
deselect all them, and then just put attacking, and just go press go, and it'll tell you before we go for the assist. It tells you an overall of how many passes you've made, successful passes, and the dribbles that you've made, so the dribbling, and what I can improve on. So my weakness was the cross, or the indirect free kick, or something like that. And then you can go to goals. You can go to goals if I've scored any goal. So I haven't scored any goal on that. But if you go to an assist, it showed you the assist. So I remember I done 2 assists, and so if you press on that, it'll show you where you've done it on the pitch. So the first one I done was on here, which was a back heel. So you can see a back heel here. It'll show you a replay of the game. So this, I'll show you where I am. This is me here, done that assist, and he's through in and he scored. So that's the first one. But the one I really remember is the header, which was, let me just show you that one again. Just give me a second. So you can go to here. So here, you can view my name, this one, or that was the first one. Sorry, you can do it as a team, or you can do it individual, which is that's really good to see. So you can see who's done the assist and how many assists. That way you can do with the team as well. So I've done 2 assists in that game, and if I view this one, the second one, I still remember this. This was a goal kick, and I screamed out. So I shouted out Sam, and I headed it, and I scored that. He scored that. The assist. Yeah.
So with regards to the ones where you failed, is that something you look at to see, these are the errors I made, or bad pass, short pass, left foot, things like that? Do you ever look at them?
So I look at the positives, and I look at the things that I need to improve on in the game. So if I've made like a bad cross, my coach will speak to me, like you'll go through, because he doesn't have that much time. I'll say this is what I've done, and in training, when there's a corner, like for example, my weakness was the corners. I speak to my coach and I said, oh, this is my mistake, and he gives me tips on where to cross the ball, so between the penalty spot and 16-yard box. So that's useful in terms of looking at where I've crossed the ball and where I need to be doing it.
Just to clarify, you mentioned like Leo doesn't have time to go through it with you. So you feel like do you feel like the app is giving you feedback when the coach isn't there to give you the feedback?
Yeah. So like I said, if my coach is not giving me feedback, I can just easily go on the app and see that these are my mistakes and these are the good things I've done and the successful things I've done. So that's really useful for me. It doesn't. So the thing is, I don't need to go to my coach to get feedback.
Yeah.
I know what I've done wrong. See, by going through the app.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant. I'm glad to know this. Is there anything obviously, there's obviously a lot of improvement need to be made with this app, but who would you recommend this app to? Like, when it comes to your mind thinking, who can actually use this and who would benefit and why?
I think literally any player that is like serious in going up elite level, because it will show their performance throughout games, and like if they want to get to, like, if say for example if they want to go to trial at Chelsea or Arsenal, even like development, and if the coach is asking for their performances in their previous games, you could easily refer to the app and show that as evidence. Show that as evidence to them, and that way you'll get a head start.
Oh, brilliant. So I really appreciate this. Like, I was expecting some criticism, but you really did nail it for us. Thank you very much. All right. We'll come back again for next feedback when we improve it. All right.